You're in the press box, a presentation of the Dispatch and the Rock Island Argus, sponsored by Zeglin's TV and Appliance. I'm Marc Nesseler, Daniel Makarewicz. We got some house cleaning to start out with.
It's good to be back.
It is good to be back. We both missed last week, and as those that watched last week, our DJ Jarvis and Anthony Sandoval represented us with an emoji of poo.
Yeah, I think it's over there.
Is it over there? Okay,
Yeah.
well, we can keep it over there. We brought our own emoji. There it is, right there. We brought our own.
And this actually does resemble DJ. This is probably the most productive thing DJ's done for our sports department.
Well, and I represented them this week with a pink sheet. Some might call it a pink slip.
Right.
He asked me, was I serious? And I just don't know. How serious was he with this? If it was my boss, I wouldn't, and I got to be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
I was supposed to be on last week, and I forget. I had my dad's burial on Monday. Forgot it was Tuesday. This was my emoji for you. Truth be told, for trashing me the week before about our fantasy picks. Now, if you recall, you won that first week and ripped me, and you ripped me.
Which isn't trash talking allowed in fantasy football?
Oh, absolutely. Okay. But all I got to say is that Mad Hatters have won the last 2 weeks. And now
somehow we didn't get neither of us selected Gyro Brock.
I know. I offered it to you too. And if we all had to do all over again, that's obviously the pick because he's got over 1,000 yards, I think, doesn't he?
He's leading he's got like 10 touchdowns in 3
and I would have picked
games.
Brock is my favorite Cardinal. I should have just picked him just because of his name.
Right.
Speaking of baseball, I was in Tampa Bay 2 weeks ago. And the giveaway was this.
Kevin Kiermaier.
Well, yeah, but I didn't know who he was, and I had
his name is on the box.
But it wasn't. No, he's not on the box that I had. I did not open the box.
It's just a random one.
No, it was all him.
Okay.
But I bought 4 tickets for $10, $2.50 a piece, and you were guaranteed something. I won tickets. I bought $20 worth, but I got 4 of these.
Right.
Well, I'm not going to carry 4 of these back in my luggage. So I'm trying to give them away.
Right.
But I couldn't remember his name. But I remembered it was Kier something.
Right.
The only Kier I know is Kier Cook.
Right.
Who goes to Moline High School, plays baseball, worked with his mom, Tina. Big fan of yours on Twitter. So I'm going up to people saying, do you want this Kier Cook bobblehead? And they're looking at me like, who are you talking about? And I said, Kier Cook. And I said, well, the guy that starts with a K.
Okay.
And you said, what a
Kevin Kiermaier.
Kiermaier, yeah. It's a pretty cool one. I really like it. I had a hard time giving it away.
The best, I went and saw the Cardinals at Miller Park in Milwaukee, and they gave away, it was a Bob Uecker clock, alarm clock.
Really?
Yeah. And I'm walking along the concourse, and a guy is asking me, hey, can I buy your alarm clock? And I said, sure, $20. He's like, okay. He gives me $20.
Nice.
And that bought me a Brat and a Miller High Life.
Well, for $2.50, I could probably... I gave 2 away, kept 2, got 2 tickets to Tampa Bay games next year. So if if we're in the market, what we're going to talk about today.
I wonder if the Cardinals play there next year because they are playing the AL East.
That'd be nice.
They are playing the AL East.
We're going to talk about playoff hopes.
Okay.
We have teams at 5-1, 4-2, 3-3, and 2-4.
We also have a team at 5-2.
Well,
Rockridge because
Well, is that technically yet?
I talked to Coach Graves Monday, and he said
counts already.
It counts on Friday.
Okay,
but he said you can say we're 5-2 if you want because it makes us look better.
So let's go to since we're there.
Okay,
the 4-2s: Rock Island, Geneseo, Mercer County, and Rockridge. We talked about Rockridge at 5-2. They're there, 5 wins. Now my question: Rock Island right now doesn't have a game 9.
Yet. They're still working on it.
Still working on it. As of now, they don't have one, I believe.
Correct. They don't.
Is it better to have what Rockridge has with a win over Shanahana
Families of Faith
it's
Christian
a religious,
Academy?
Yeah. And I had never even heard of that team.
Well, Shanahan, I actually have a date line.
Are they from Illinois?
Yeah, it's right by Manuka.
Okay.
So it's in Manuka, Joliet area. I covered a regional cross country meet there last year.
Okay.
So I have a date line from there at school. Anyway, they do have the.
So is it better to have the forfeit win or to not play that week? Does it matter?
Well, Rockridge certainly says it's at the right time to.
Well, they got 5 wins.
It's basically,
but they get no playoff points, right?
The negative of it is no playoff points.
So they're going to be down among the teams that finish with
Correct.
whatever wins they get,
Correct.
which is not good. Rock Island, however, could go 6-2.
But based on the playoffs,
But they're going to be with the 6-win teams, right? So it's like a loss.
They take the wins, not the losses.
So it's like a loss.
So if they don't play and they go 6-2, then when it comes time for playoffs, they get grouped in with the 6.
On a scale of 1 to 10, Rock Island's chances of getting that game 9. This is week 6. We're talking 3 weeks away. On a scale of 1 to 10, what are the odds? What are the chances that they're going to fill that spot?
Based on conversation with Coach Stortz, he's pretty confident they're going to get. Yeah, I would say.
And that would be against a team that would count toward playoff points?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So that would benefit them?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So of all those teams, I think they all get in, right? 5 wins. They only got to win one more.
Yeah. I think Mercer County. Mercer County, all 3 of their last games are on the road, but I think that they'll play well enough to get in.
Which one of those 4 have the toughest? Obviously not Rockridge because they've got a free one. But of Mercer County, Geneseo, and Rock Island, which one has the toughest last 3 weeks?
Geneseo hosts LP.
Canelan.
Hosts Canelan, then goes to Morris. That's not easy.
Not easy.
That's
and coming
easy.
Off two really lopsided.
Yes.
That kind of surprised me.
Yes. But in their defense, they're playing 2 really good teams in Sterling, which many consider that's the best Sterling team ever.
Yeah.
And I've seen them. They are good. And Rochelle, which Rochelle traditionally has given Geneseo a lot of problems.
Geneseo plays LaSalle Peru this week, a team that is much improved from last year. They stubbed their toe. But didn't they play DeKalb? Is that the team that who am I thinking of? Who did they play?
UT.
They won that in the season opener.
Right.
I can't think, but I thought they had a game which was representative of.
I know that they've lost to Central Catholic. Okay. Bloomington Central Catholic.
Let's go down to the other end, the 2 and the 4s. Moline, Ridgewood, and Morrison. Any of those 3 outside chance of getting the 5
I don't think so.
No?
I don't
Moline
think so.
goes to Quincy this week, right?
Moline. Nobody wins at Quincy anymore in the Big 6. However, Moline was the last Big 6 team to win at Quincy, but that's I just don't see that.
I think
happening.
Moline has the potential to score, and they really need to utilize Cortez.
Right.
Last week they utilized him, but not enough. There are a couple passes that were too far. It's just a timing issue.
Right.
I just can't see them stopping Smith and Brock.
Yeah.
Defensively.
And I'll say this: Alleman will give them a lot of problems.
Alleman surprising last
Alleman
week.
Did exactly what needed to be done to beat Quincy. Ball control offense, move the chains, do not make mistakes. Their only turnover was on the desperation heave.
Mike
they scored on over.
Mike Matheny said that there are a lot of teams out there glad the Cardinals didn't make the playoffs. I think there are a lot of football coaches glad that Alleman didn't have 5. That Alleman has 5 losses because that is a team that played Metamora tough.
Yes.
They played Quincy tough.
Right. Played Rock Island tough for a half.
Rock Island tough for a half.
So
I think they're 1-5 out of the playoffs.
They are a team that
could they spoil who they have left?
Galesburg on the road, and then they go to Moline, and then host Ridge Central.
All right,
I could see Alleman 1 and 2 out of the last.
The 3 and 3s are interesting. Mid County and Kewanee.
I think Kewanee's in the only one of their last 3 games that is
against.
Winnable. Rockridge is the only one.
Rockridge, right?
That's the only one of those last games.
Okay, they play Sherrard and Erie Provincetown 1 and 5.
Right.
Mid County, Annawan Wethersfield, I think is their only game of theirs that are. I think they have Princeville and Stark County both 3 and 3, so they're matching up the same records.
It's deceiving because it's not going to be easy. Right. Obviously,
the last group 5 and 1s. We only have 3,
and all they have to do is win 1 to guarantee a spot in the playoffs.
Well, they're already in, right? The 5 wins doesn't. Well, you're right.
6 is automatic. 5, it depends on.
But I mean, let's just say that.
Right.
Annawan Wethersfield
and
Orion and Fulton. Fulton's ranked. Orion
makes a
should
trip.
Be ranked. And
they are ranked.
They are ranked.
Annawan Wethersfield's ranked.
Are
they? Got in at 10th.
Okay.
Into it. Annawan Wethersfield last 3 games at home. They've already played
They could be 8-1.
Yes. Orion should be 8-1.
They could be 8-1, so they won't play each other in the first round because they don't match 8-1s, right?
No. Fulton, the only game left
Fulton has a tough road.
Would be Rockridge.
They play 4-2, 4-2, 6-0.
Yes,
the last 3. They could.
Yeah, that week I forgot week 9.
They could be anything. They could be anything from 8-1 to 5-4.
At the very least, 6-3. Very least. They'll
Really?
be 6-3. Yeah. Rockridge and West Hancock, those are two, because West Hancock
Hancock 6-0.
West Hancock is scoring a lot of points.
But against
I would not
competition
I would
that's
not
not
consider
comparable to
their
what
competition. Yeah,
they played?
I
Okay.
wouldn't consider that stellar competition.
So can Annawan, Wethersfield, and Orion square off in the playoffs?
The latest bracketology I saw was Rockridge at Annawan, Wethersfield in the first round.
Okay,
and I think it would
that's
be
a
a
really good
second. I
matchup.
think that would be a second round.
Okay.
Mercer County, I thought
because
was in 3A.
Orion's 339 and Annawan, Wethersfield's 309.
Right.
So they're really close. So they're gonna
Annawan,
be
Wethersfield's on that cusp of 1A, 2A as well. I mean, it's possible that Annawan, Wethersfield could be in 1A, Orion, Rockridge in 2A, Fulton in 2A.
I think
and then
week
Mercer
6
County in
is the
3.
perfect time to ask the question, which team, we're going to put you on the spot.
Okay.
Which team goes the farthest in the playoffs?
I will say Orion.
Oh, see, now that was going to say Orion because Chip Filler is an avid press box fan,
Right.
and he will take note that we both said Orion.
Yeah. Or we could help him and say Orion will lose in the first round, and then he can go to man. These guys, they don't.
He will do that too.
They don't.
He
they
will
don't
do that
believe in
too.
you. They don't believe in
Okay,
you.
so if I can't take Orion, I'm going to take. Boy, I'd like if Rock Island had that week 9 spot filled. I really like their offense,
right.
and I think that would they be 6A?
Yes. And the latest bracketology had them at Chicago Hubbard
Okay,
in the first round, and the public league may be on strike soon.
So
they
would that be a free one?
Who knows what will happen there?
So I'm going to go with Rock Island.
Okay.
Just because I'm looking at red and white.
Okay.
Not red and gold, but red and white. So, any parting shots for Sandoval and Jarvis? I mean, we've got the pink
I
slip.
thought they did a nice job.
They did.
I mean, we should.
They really
we should
did do a good job.
Say something to build their self-esteem.
Yeah. Maybe like the fact that they could do it again next week and
No, because we want to have the last laugh. We want to say that
That's
this
true.
is the most productive thing DJ's done in his tenure.
so we got to
here.
get him in 7 and 8, and
Yeah.
we'll be back in week 9.
And it was-
and we'll mix it in.
That's fine.
Okay,
That's fine.
Sounds good. All right, from Daniel Makarewicz, Marc Nesseler, Kier Cook, Kiermeyer.
Evan Kiermeyer.
Kiermeyer, there you go. From Zeglin's TV and Appliance, we thank you, and we'll see you here at the press box later on.